is Stefanie Maegan. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Because therapy is too expensive. You're listening to Broke Girl Therapy. Broke Girl Therapy. Okay, round 2.
Have you talked about period sex before?
Yeah, I mean, never had like a full-on episode about period sex. It's always brought up. Do you like period sex?
Yeah. He was 37, so he was older.
So Quay is on the couch in the audience.
Are you recording? Oh,
yeah.
we started? Okay. Oh, shit. Why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. I like to like just do it and not tell anybody.
Oh, I see the red dot is going. Okay, we're here.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just start and get into it and just let the world take over.
Okay.
Hi guys, it is me, Stefanie Maegan, your host of Broke Girl Therapy, and guess what? The twins are back.
Okay. The exact same outfit.
Same outfit. We did 2 episodes in one night, and it's probably like a month apart from each other.
Perfect.
What is time?
Oh my god.
We're picking up where we left off.
Outfit repeater.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't even do my hair today. I was so like, ugh.
Really? It looks so good.
Thank you. I
makeup
get like
looks
a
great.
clip just to make it look like I care.
The wispy look looks really good on you.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah. Like
Okay.
the very, because like if I tried it, I look like a colonial 13-year-old boy, but on you it looks like so cute.
I one time from like when my old job, my last job, someone told me that I needed to start brushing my hair on Zoom calls.
Really?
Yeah, I was fucked up
Oh, that's terrible.
because I've always had the wispy ass hair. Like my hair always looks like this.
Why would they say that?
You know, that's why I'm not there
What
anymore.
a supportive work environment.
Right, exactly. What a great work environment to be in.
Mm.
Anyways, all right, guys, let's take a break because I want to shop on Dossier and I need to tell you about this brand. So first off, if you're like me and you're bougie but you're on a budget, Dossier is yo girl. Right off the bat, ambery vanilla, like you can't go wrong with a vanilla scent, and it's only $29. So let's add that to the cart. But let's find something else. Like, ooh, see, I feel like I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm gonna look at this one. And what I love about Dossier is that everything is vegan, cruelty-free, clean ingredients. So I don't feel bad splurging because 1, it's very affordable, and 2, it's good for the environment. So why not? So if you want to support Dossier and Broke Girl Therapy, don't forget to add our discount code Stefanie10 to get additional 10% off your order. Dossier has a welcome offer up to 20% off on the website. You could get 30% off your first order by using our discount code Stefanie10. Yes, the packages came in and I was super excited to try this one. It smelled so bomb, as you could tell by my facial expression. I loved it. And now for the ambery vanilla, and it was everything I wanted and more. Apparently, I was extremely feeling myself. Like, I felt expensive, like you could tell. Now, let's get back to the show, because this one is a really good one. Okay, so Quay is in the audience. He's on the couch I was really trying to convince him to be a part of this episode, but he doesn't want to oversaturate himself. He wants you guys to miss him. So he doesn't
I
want...
think that's a great tactic. Yeah, it's a good tactic.
He doesn't want too much of himself on the
High
pod.
five.
Because I did just record like 2 episodes with him, so...
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And, but he was listening to the last one where Nikki was talking about her story in Hawaii.
The dude went down on me while I was on my period.
Yes. And then how I like don't know how to ride the wave.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Like literally
LOL.
not surfing, but like orgasms wise.
Yeah.
And he has a lot to say. Quay, do you want to just get on here? I feel weird. Okay,
It's
just
ladies' night,
Okay.
apparently.
so, but what was he saying?
He's
is weird.
saying that the dude was a real man for going down on me while I was on my period. So to clarify, what had happened was I had like a tampon in. So what he did, so like it was just, he just kind of tucked the string down and then like,
Wow.
this is
focus
on the clip.
What day was it? Second day, third day, first day?
Third day.
Okay. So
Yeah,
not
it's
too-
manageable. Yeah,
Right.
it was manageable.
Right.
It was very
'Cause
manageable.
Second day is like,
Yeah.
That's the day no one touches you, except for your
Right.
heating pad.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's true.
But it's so true, though. Second day, it's like... You're a monster.
Right. Everything is
bad.
like so uncomfortable. The worst thing about periods is not just having your period, but thinking about your period all day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like everything, it just is associated around your period, and it's
Yeah.
annoying.
Well, and I like to free bleed.
I do too,
What?
all the time. Yeah.
Like have nothing and just like
yeah,
let
yeah,
it-
just
If
let
I'm
it.
at home, like, and that's why, like, you just got to be aware, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, like,
I do
get
it when I
blood
go to the
everywhere.
gym too.
So you're
Like,
not, like, are you wearing pants?
no, I wear like to the gym. I'll wear black leggings, no tampon, and just free bleed.
Do y'all?
What? I don't
Okay,
have that
girls.
heavy of a flow. On second day?
Oh no, this is like third and fourth day.
I was
Oh.
about to say,
No, second day, I don't go to the gym.
yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, do y'all not have a heavy flow? Because my shit fucking heavy.
All
So-
right, let's talk about my flow. Day one, it's like, is it there? I don't really know. I feel some cramps, and then it's like,
A
you
little
know,
bit
like
of
I think
blood.
I'm coming, and yeah, and my blood's like coming in just a little bit, but not too much, right?
Yeah.
Second day, it's like, you know, like watching a Vikings show. There's just blood everywhere. Okay, so like not where I thought you were gonna go with
Right.
that. Things are
Literally under the toilet seat. It's on the floor.
yeah.
It's on your pant. Your everything. Your
On
all
my
your-
sheets.
On your sheets.
Yeah.
I free bleed all. I do free bleed too. Yeah.
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 And then third day, it's like things have calmed down, right?
Yeah. But it's still
Storm has
there.
It's like, yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like if you're talking about Vikings, we're in Valhalla now.
What the fuck?
Oh my
And then by the fourth day, it's like, you know, there's like might be like one little like red spot, and then like the brown blood, you know, the old stuff
Yeah.
that
yeah.
didn't come out the first time, and then we're done. Then we're
Okay.
done.
So your period lasts like 3 to 4 days?
yeah,
Same with
Okay.
mine. Same with
Mine
mine.
wait, so I got my lasts like probably for if it's really bad 5 days.
Oh, that's normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But second day, fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
And all I'm talking about that whole day is how heavy my flow is.
You know,
I'm like walking and like a cramp hits, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm like,
you know
like crippled. I'm like, oh.
yeah.
You know what I was really surprised by? Because like I had my tampon in, but like obviously I was super turned on, and you
Because
know,
you're hornier when you're like on
Yeah.
your period. You
Oh
guys
my
get hornier?
god,
Yes.
yes!
Yeah, I
I,
was
want to
super
be fucked so bad, but it's like a slip and slide. And gets dangerous.
well,
It's free lube.
so no, it is. But so
Stained lube.
he was like licking just like around my clit and like kind of like up towards that, like he wasn't going, you know, like further south.
What a man. What
I
a
know,
man.
what a dude, right? And but on top of that, like I remember like he kind of like pulled away at some point and like you could see like a string of like the clear juice. I was like super. He was like, "You're so wet," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And he was like, "No, no, no."
Wait,
there's-
you didn't tell him ahead of time that you're on your period?
no, I told him. I told
Okay,
him.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He was like, "But there is no." He's like, "There's no blood. It's just like the normal like fluids." Because like I've read that like when you're having sex on your period, when you're turned on,
Oh,
then
yeah.
you just start releasing like the normal fluids that you do like during sex, not
I'm
blood.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then on top of that, he was like, "You taste amazing," and I was like, I don't think I taste good on my
It's the
period, but okay.
acai bowl from earlier that day.
It's like the pineapple, right?
The pineapple.
Oh, the pineapple.
That's hilarious. So I was pleasantly surprised. But this does actually remind me of another really funny story. So there was a dude I went on a date with like a couple months back. And I was on like I started my period like literally a couple hours before the date.
Okay.
And we were going to a concert with all of his friends. So really cool dude. I really liked him.
Was this the guy that sent you a calendar invite for a month?
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
now?
I'm gonna get.
Oh,
So,
okay.
listen. That
Was he a Virgo?
No.
Sounds some
Libra?
Virgo
He's a
shit.
Libra.
Oh.
Libra like me. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But I was laughing because ever since I was on my period on that date and I was like in so much pain. I don't know why, but like my cramps were terrible. Like and this was like the worst I'd ever gotten it. And I was like, of course, I'm on a date. Anyways, and like I was in pain. He felt so bad. He was like, he's like, do you want me to go? And I didn't have a tampon or anything.
Right.
And I had jeans, black jeans, which is great. But he tried to help. There was really nothing he could do. Anyways, so that was February, like early February. And ever since then, like we just have not been able to make plans. Like
Okay.
he's always traveling, I'm always traveling, whatever. And so I was laughing because I was messaging him actually on my way back from Hawaii. He was like, "Hey, I'm back in town like April 3rd. Let's make plans." And I'm like, I leave April 3rd to go
gosh.
to Florida for work. He was like, what's your email? And I'm like, why do you need my email? He was like, I'm going to send you a calendar invite for a month from now so that like we can plan ahead for this. And I'm like, dude, now you're speaking my language.
That's actually sweet. He's showing that he like wants to make the effort. Is that
Yeah.
right?
And I was like, and he was like, I didn't know that this was all it took. All this time, all I had to do is put a calendar invite together. I'm like, yeah, dude, I love my calendar. Like, I'm always making calendar invites for my fucking shit. Anyways, and then so he sends me a calendar invite to my email, and he goes, wait. And I'm like, what? He was like, are you going to be on your period during this? And I'm like, and mind you, he sent the calendar invite from like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. I'm like, a sleepover? He was like, I just wanted to plan ahead just in case. But he was like, by no means am I pressuring you to spend the night. Anyways, and so I checked my little Flow app, which tells me like when my period will be approximately. And I was like, actually, yeah, I am going to be on my period that day. He was like, first or second day. I'm like, no, that'll be like the end of it.
Oh, he's educated on it.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm like, that'll be like the last day of it. He was like, that's fine. I can work with that. I don't mind.
Right.
He goes, I don't mind hanging out mid-cycle. So I accepted the calendar invite.
How old was this man?
We have plans to see each other then.
Okay.
He is my age, 28,
Okay.
29. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But what's funny is Nikki and I share Google Calendars. We have all of ours integrated. So I'm over here like with my therapist, like trying to like schedule my next appointment. And I like come across and I'm like, date number 2. Who is this? And I see that it's freaking 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And I'm like, must be Nikki. And I'm just like, this day works. And my therapist is like, great. So
Oh my God, that's
we do share a calendar. So like I'll see when she has dates. She'll see when I have dates.
I love that.
But I was laughing. I was just really appreciative that he was so conscious of like my pain and where I
Right.
was in the cycle. So he's like, I just don't want you to, he's like, I don't care if you're on your period. I just don't want you to be in pain again.
Right.
And I was like,
and not like second day, super bloody.
yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
the sweetest thing. And mind you, like this guy, he's not my normal type at all.
Mm.
But you know, like I said, I'm branching out. I'm trying out new dudes. And like we have such great banter, and like he's just so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Considerate. And like,
yeah, he's considerate. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's,
exactly.
Like,
So
thinking
I'm
of,
like-
your
I'm like-
cycle.
that's a turn on.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
love a
turn on.
man when they like care about your cycle. Like my boyfriend like knows when I'm gonna get my period.
Nice.
So I love that.
Do you have it on the calendar? Do y'all share calendars?
No, I'm not even on any Flow app. I want to be on a Flow app. I should probably figure that out. But I just
Are you on birth control?
No, pull and pray.
same. But I track my cycle.
Okay. I feel like I
on-
just
on
know.
an
Like
app.
I just have this internal cycle.
If you're really in tune with your body,
I'm
then you
super
do
in
know.
tune. Yeah.
I know for me, like I've gotten to a point because I've been doing the same tracking my cycle. I've gotten to a point where like I feel like I know my body so much more. And can like I know when I'm in my luteal phase. I know when I'm in my ovulation phase.
I don't. When is your ovulation phase?
Okay, when your discharge is like clear and stringy, that's when you're
Well, okay, so
ovulating.
it's around the time you're ovulating. You
Yeah,
really
yeah.
only ovulate for like 36 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually, like, let's say,
And usually like before or after the period.
well, it's normally okay. So I used to.
We
work
should
at
have asked Danica.
I used to work at an OB-GYN office, so I know
okay,
this.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
So the first day of your last period is essentially the start of your cycle, right?
Okay.
After you finish bleeding, normally, depending on how long your cycle is, regular cycle is about 28 days. After the last day, that's when you start counting. Around the 10th day, usually, is when you begin preparing for ovulation. So this is when you start seeing that like clear discharge whenever you like wipe, right?
Right.
And you know, it's coming out a pretty good bit, right? Sometime
Oh.
between that, it usually like once that starts, you got about like 3 to 4-ish days, and then you ovulate. And then you might have that clear discharge for like another day or so, and then you start your luteal phase.
I love that. Okay.
But
So
you have to know, like, you know, that clear discharge, the meaning for that is if a dude comes inside you,
You got pregnant.
that discharge is meant to hold the cum in there for a few days.
wow.
So let's say a dude comes in you 3 days before your ovulation. That discharge is holding that sperm in. The egg doesn't drop until that 3rd day, but that sperm is still there, alive and well.
If it's alive, they don't always stay
That's
alive.
true. If the guy's fertile and
And the sperm
viable.
stayed alive because, the uterus is actually a very hostile environment for sperm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
When a dude comes, it's about 25 to 30 million sperm.
Yeah, it's like
Holy shit.
But most of them die off in
Most
the
of them
normal
die off,
environment
right.
of the
In your vaginal canal, and then
Yeah.
once they get to the surface or the cervix, even more die, and then the few that make it to the fallopian tube, you really gotta hope it. Yeah. So either way, that's what happens.
Okay.
And then after you,
how about pre-cum? Can I get pregnant from pre-cum?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
Yeah, you
shit.
can.
yeah. So
But it's okay. It sounds like you've got a good
Pull and
handle.
pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at he has pull-out game is strong.
I will say this: the pre-cum pregnancy is gonna
Next
happen.
episode, I'm pregnant. Yeah, just kidding. No,
Don't put it out there. Don't put it out there.
Dear Lord Jesus, guys, I'm not ready.
May Steph remain child-free, pregnancy-free.
No, lately, you guys, I've been like baby fever, just thinking of myself pregnant, and I have to wash away because I'm like, don't manifest.
No.
And my boyfriend's like, Jesus, I'm gonna start wearing condoms.
What's your
especially on a
rising?
moon, on a
Aries.
full moon.
You're an Aries rising like us.
Yeah, on a full
I don't
moon
know
if this
right
is a
now, not the time to
particular-
think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
God.
isn't a particularly
no
fertile time.
pregnancy for another few years.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
said it to the moon.
Yeah. Say to the universe.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
I know. I just sometimes I can't help but be like, oh, and just think about experience that as a woman, and then I'm like,
So you're
no.
synced with the full moons.
Yeah.
You both are. I'm
Yeah.
synced
Oh.
with the new moons.
Okay. Wait, how are you guys not synced with the same?
We
wait,
used
to be.
Period. Sorry. I was
Yeah,
thinking about
period.
astrology.
No. We're talking about periods. Yeah.
Okay.
We used to
I'm
be
synced with the
synced.
full moon. I'm synced with the full
Yeah.
moon.
Same.
I'm synced with the new moons.
So we used to be synced, and then we got
then
it
it kept going.
shifting to now
And then
where
now,
yeah.
when she's ovulating, I'm having my period, and then when I'm ovulating, she's having.
Wait,
her
I'm about
period.
to be ovulating. Are you about to be on your period? Or you just finished it? Oh, anyway.
She's checking the app. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just know I'm not on
10
any
days,
app,
yeah.
but I just no.
Oh
Because
yeah. I'm about to. Okay.
right before my period, I'm super sensitive,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also extremely hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm just
That's the
craving
luteal
everything.
phase.
Yes, I'm fucking I will fucking eat everything in sight. Since my Adderall hasn't been as excessive, but it still happens because hormones. But and then on my period, especially my second day, I'm not that hungry. I won't really eat.
The first couple days right before I start bleeding, I get so angry at everything and nothing.
Yes, me too.
yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too.
dude, please don't.
Especially
I'm so sensitive. I'll probably cry.
and I take it out on Cami too. I always
Aw.
It's okay.
I get annoyed by literally everything. Yeah. But I'm always super horny around ovulation, and then the very last couple days of my period going into that, I'm also so horny then. Right now I just
Oh, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
just finished my period and I'm just I need dick.
That's what I've been feeling too. I've been feeling horny.
Yeah.
I've been thinking, yeah. So okay, maybe I'm synced up with you too
Yeah.
on that. Because it is right before my briefly right before my period, and towards the end too is when I'm just where the dick at?
But
Well,
I
the
do
reason you're horny right before you ovulate is because your eggs are we want sperm.
we want to procreate.
we want to be fertilized, right?
Yeah.
And then
Right.
right before your period, I don't know about that. I guess it's just hormones.
But
I
I will
will
say
say your luteinizing hormone, right? That comes into your luteal phase, and your progesterone. Once your period hits, your progesterone rises, and everything else falls.
Oh,
So
this is so educational.
yeah, well, I feel like if you're
I
gonna-
could be wrong. I feel like I'm remembering the hormones correctly. I don't think, and everything else I'm remembering correctly. But don't quote me fully. I mean, I'm no expert, but I did work with a few OB-GYNs for a few years. They taught me a lot.
I
That's
love
great.
that.
Yeah.
So period sex.
So I love when dudes are down to have sex on my period because,
Right?
like I said, days 3 and 4, I'm so horny. On top of that, they can come inside. If I want them to come inside, I don't let everyone come inside me, but the ones that I like, I'll let them come inside me. And the chances of
Are you on birth control?
No,
Okay.
the chances of pregnancy are obviously much lower.
Right.
So yeah, and I remember I've had dudes before that are I remember I had one. He was every time you're on your period, you're coming over here. I'm like, why? He was
They like it. There's some
Yeah.
that like it.
Yeah.
It's extra fucking wet and slippery.
yeah. And I think he just liked like making a mess of it
Just
too.
put a
Yeah.
towel down.
Yeah.
So okay, I had an ex. This was obviously before my boyfriend. This was like years ago. And one time, I mean, we were like, it wasn't like official. We were just like dating. I think this was like the beginning parts of us dating. And I like went over to hang out with him, and he was like, you know, making a move. And I was like, oh, I'm on period. And he's like, oh, okay. And then a few minutes later, he's like, I mean, I'm still down.
I
And
love
so we
that.
did it, and like we put the towels on the floor.
Nice.
Blood was everywhere, like literally all over my body and his. Because like it was the second day.
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't at the end. It was
So-
like the fucking peak of my period.
Oh,
See, I
yes.
think that's hot.
It was hot.
But it does
It
feel
was
good.
hot.
It does feel good during the second day because it helps get rid of your cramps. Like
Yeah.
and everything, is super engorged down there and like
'Cause it
very
does relax.
bloated.
Yeah.
And
but-
it made me feel sexy that like he wanted it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because
Yes.
sometimes you're not feeling yourself when you're like, especially on your second day, you're like, I just feel bloated and gross. But like it turned me on that he was like, actually, like I kind of want that shit. I was like, and he was
yeah,
all
I'd be
into
like,
it and
fuck
like
yeah, dude.
and
do
didn't
it.
care. I was like, that's fun. I love that shit.
I'm
See,
just not gonna
but
blow them
the-
after, but
Right.
The thing about period sex is for me, like since everything is so slippery, it takes extra long for me to come.
yes,
Yes, that's
I don't
true.
come as often when I'm on my period.
But it feels good.
Yeah,
But
oh,
it
it feels
feels
so
good.
good.
But you're right. It does take a little bit
It,
more.
it
to come.
takes extra because sometimes it just gets so wet that I'm
It's,
just
yeah,
like
it's very slippery. Yeah.
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 I had it one time where it was during period sex. The dick came out and it was just so slippery. He tried to go back in and said he hit like my pubic bone and like just it was with such force that it ended up like hurting his dick. And I was like, this was my ex fiance. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Wait, can you tell
Aw.
the story about
The Vegas one.
No. Oh no, but I was gonna say you remember Psycho
Psycho.
when he
Oh shit. Oh no, you just did
beat
that.
that
I
out.
feel like
beat
I already
that out. But
Yeah,
tell that story. I
uh,
love. These are actually two great stories.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, I have two great period sex stories, and I'm gonna say his name, but bleep it out, okay?
Yeah. Or just change his name.
Okay.
Just say Psycho B.
Just call him Psycho B.
We're gonna call him Psycho. But then that gives you like, okay, bleep all of this out.
Okay.
Anyways, so we're gonna call him, Psycho B is what I called him. He was, and I don't know why I called him Psycho, but he was, but the
He
reason
didn't text you like 70 times.
the thing is, he was so like, it wasn't even like emotional, but just like wishy washy. Like we would be texting, and like he'd call me, and we'd like talk, and then like I'd be busy, and I wouldn't text him for like a few hours, and then he'd be like, "Okay, we're done. You didn't text me. We're done." I was like,
That's annoying.
"Okay,"
Yeah,
and then
dude,
he was
we
like,
have lives.
"Yeah,"
Yeah.
and then he
right.
was like, "No, you know what? Just kidding. Like, let's keep talking." I was like, "Oh my god." Anyways, so yeah, one time, sorry, where he lived in San Diego, drove up, and he drove 2 hours.
I was gonna
And
say,
he
I
was-
was like, damn, you drove 2
Right?
hours.
And he was gonna stay the night, but then like after we were finished, he was like, "No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go home." I was like, oh, "Okay." Anyways, so I was on my period. And I
Okay.
told him that.
Right.
I was like, "Hey, sorry, like I'm on my period." And he's like, "No problem." And at one point, like I'm laying down and he's eating me out, like just absolutely feasting. He brings his head up from between my legs and it's just blood. It looks like fucking Vikings, okay? Why not in Valhalla anymore?
Or like the Joker.
Yeah, it was so bad. I was like, I wasn't even turned on. I was like,
I would not have let him kiss
I was
me.
like, that's kind of
No.
gross, right? He went in. and I was like,
Did he know that it was all over his face?
He
Like,
didn't
did you say-
care. Yeah, he didn't care.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, what a
shit.
guy.
I just,
For
What a guy.
real.
But I would have wiped his mouth. Like, no way.
Yeah.
I was like, don't kiss me. I was like,
Yeah.
"No."
You're like,
And then I do have a great Vegas story. So one time I was in Vegas and we're at one of our favorite beach clubs, Encore. And
Shout out to Encore Beach Club.
yeah,
Shout
and
out.
we're and we go to one of their like night swims, and I had seen this guy that I had hooked up with.
Yeah.
I like randomly saw him and met up. Anyways, So that night, we're dancing it up, super fun. We go up to his room, and he ended up having like this penthouse suite at the Wynn.
Wow.
Like it was this like really nice, spacious, like multi-roomed suite at the Wynn. And it overlooked the club, and I was like, okay, dope.
I love that. Oh my God. What did you do?
So we go to the room. We go to the room.
It's like no details.
Right. I'm on my period. And
love this
we
story.
start having sex. And at first it was like we were on the glass.
Yes,
we
I
were
love
on the
when
glass,
open window fucking
right?
sex.
We were overlooking the club. He's like he's hitting me from behind. Like everything's really like wet. But also like everything's wet and like like when you do doggy, like all the air gets in.
Yeah.
So he pulls out and I just start queefing everywhere. But then
It happens. It happens.
It happens.
whatever,
But
it's
it's fine.
normal.
It was hot. He was into it. Like
Right.
he loved it. And then we migrate to there was a massage room.
What?
Hold on. This story gets worse and worse. There was a
I love
massage
this
room.
story.
It's a build-up.
There was a massage room at the beginning. So like when you walk in, it's like these double doors, right? When you walk in immediately to the left, there's a massage room that has a door that's closed, right?
Yeah.
So we go in there because he wanted to play the part of like, oh, I'm going to be giving you a massage. And all of a sudden, it's going to turn hot and steamy.
Like a
right?
porno, yeah.
Like a porno. Anyways, so we start out. I'm laying down. He's giving me a massage, right? It starts getting like touchy-feely.
Oh shit.
And then, and then it gets like, then it gets hot, right? I blow him for a little bit. Because for some reason it turned out into me blowing him. And then I'm on all fours as on the massage table as he's fucking me, and there's just blood everywhere. All over this massage table. Like everything. And then we hear people coming in to the room. Coming into the room. He had like fingered me too. His hands were covered in my blood, right? We finish up, and he actually liked me touching his asshole. That's how he came.
We love that. We
Yeah,
love
right.
that.
So like, I come and then I go play with him, and then he comes, and then like all these people are coming in, and I take this tiny little towel and start cleaning the massage table, and then I like shove the towel underneath the massage table, and I'm like, okay, and it's like dimly lit too, it's like
Yeah.
it's a massage room, you can barely see anything. I'm like, you know what, like everything looks fine to me. I get dressed,
And you're drunk probably too.
I wasn't that drunk.
Right.
I get dressed. His hands are still covered in my blood. We go outside. And it's like, there's like 5 girls, like 3-4 dudes. And one of them was his friends that I guess he hadn't seen all day. His friend's like, hey, man. Oh!
Goes in for a
There goes
handshake.
his hand with all of my blood in it, just boom. And I'm watching this in like absolute horror. I'm like,
So for our listeners, that he went in for a handshake, and
Yeah.
this dude's hand is covered in blood.
And the fact that he was like, oh yeah. Did he not realize he had blood all over his hands?
I have no idea. But
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, oh my God. And then we just go downstairs and the rest is history. But I'm over here like
Did his friends say anything when you like when he
But like I got a dirty look from one of the girls when I walked out of that room. I'm like,
Of course.
I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
I just had some great sex. It was so bad.
Maybe she was just jealous.
But
yeah, she probably liked him or something. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, that's what I was
but
gonna say.
just
Yeah,
People just
yeah.
be jealous.
Like, I think I still look pretty put together. Like, I don't know if you could tell that I just got fucked in there, but like,
Doesn't matter. You
don't-
should celebrate
You're so
that.
Yeah,
Right.
don't go get a massage until it's been thoroughly disinfected.
Thoroughly disinfected.
It was everywhere. The blood was everywhere, and I was just like, oh. So that is the best period sex I've ever had in a penthouse suite at the Wynn on a massage
That's a
table.
great period sex story.
I told you. It's one of my favorite
Rock
ones.
on.
So good.
So yeah,
I love that for you. That beats mine. I think that's my biggest one. Well, I mean, actually, to be fair, It wasn't at a hotel in Vegas, but he was like in one of those like loft apartments, and the windows were open. But
Love that.
I just gave him a show, and I was like, whatever, period, blood and all.
I love that.
Yeah.
But
Trying to think,
that's not as epic as that, though. So
No,
I tried to kind of reach that, but that was.
an epic story.
Have you guys talked since? Like, did you talk about like the bloody hands and shit?
No. That's the thing. I was like,
Yeah.
there was like no mention of it ever again. I was like, cheers.
I'm like the most awkward person ever. I have to like say what is happening because I like feel so awkward.
But I mean, like with him, it was always very chill vibes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like there was like no judgment, and the fact that he was very cool about the period sex, I was like, all the power to you.
I love that.
Like,
Because
he-
who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I
still-
hate how young guys are like, it's period. It's just like, get the fuck over
I
it.
know it happens.
Like he still went down on me, even though he mainly like fingered me and fucked me. He still went down on me for a
Right.
few minutes. Like,
yeah,
love
the
that.
clit is above where the blood comes
Exactly. The blood doesn't come out of the clit.
out. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. I don't know.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It comes out of the vaginal canal.
It comes out. Yeah, exactly. So you're fine. I don't
Like,
know.
where's the clit? I don't know. Maybe we need Danica here just to like
There.
fact check us. Quay, since you're in the audience, just a quick question. I know you won't get on camera or on the mic. Do you like period sex, brother?
No.
No? He said no because if your arm is cut, I won't fuck that. No.
Why would you fuck an arm?
Not even on the third day? You won't fuck it.
What if you really loved her? I will say my ex-husband did not like period sex. Would not have sex with me on my period.
Actually, my boyfriend wouldn't. Maybe towards the end, like fourth day. Wait, what?
There are plenty of successful husbands who are going to be with their woman forever who don't have period sex.
Right.
Put that out there.
Okay, fine. We're not gonna shame. We're not gonna shame, but try it. No, you've never tried it, Quay. It was okay. It happened. Maybe that's what it is. It's trauma. He said it happened once, but it was an accident. So maybe
Okay,
that's
I
what it
will
is,
say this.
trauma.
I will say this. I was having sex with a guy in high school. End of high school. Anyways, and I started my period during, and I was like 18
Oh,
at
that
this
happens.
time.
That's happened to me too.
Yeah. And he kickstarted it. And I didn't realize it, and he acted so disgusted that for years I was like traumatized. Like he literally felt as if I had just given him like a bloodborne disease because
Yeah,
of
we've
this.
all been shamed for
Yeah.
a period. So
Yeah.
for sure, I could see that being like.
So I remember at that moment I was like, I'm never having period sex again. And then as I got older and like more comfortable with myself and like guys that like didn't care, it definitely made it a lot easier. But that kind of sucked.
Yeah, and you realize it's like not that big of a deal.
Like as a dude, like if you don't like period sex, that's fine. You can definitely be like, hey, I don't enjoy or prefer it, but like don't shame them in any way or don't make them feel gross for it. Like we can't help it that our bodies do this. So like just be respectful and be like, you know what, let's just wait a day or two when you're done and then we can resume.
Right.
Or whatever. But like that's my best advice is like if it happens like during accidentally, don't be like, ooh, like
right. Like
yeah,
don't
yeah.
shame. Right.
Exactly. Just be like, you know what, it's fine. We'll go on to something else, which actually brings me to a great story. I told this on my podcast,
Yeah.
but I'll tell it to you guys as well. So there's a dude that I met on Bumble, literally like the night before, and we were like all hot and bothered for each other. And then the next day he was driving down and he was like, hey, can I stop by while I'm driving down? And I'm like, absolutely. Dude comes over, 6'5", Greek god of a bod. Like, I'll never forget this man's body. He's so hot. Anyways, like perfect, handsome, model-esque face, teeth, everything. He brings his 160-pound Saint Bernard to this. So like this big ass dog is in my house with this 6'5" man.
Yeah.
My little 5'2" ass is like, oh, okay. Anyways,
your corgi.
yeah, in my corgi. So we go upstairs to my room and we start having sex, and he kickstarted my period. And so I was like, and so I noticed, and he looked down and he noticed, and he was like, hey, do you want to go rinse off? I'm like, absolutely. And I thought, like, when we got in the shower, I'm like, okay, I'll just like blow him, like make him come, and he'll probably be like on his merry way. And so we like finish up in the shower. We were like making out a little bit, feeling each other up or whatever. And he was like, I'll never forget this. He was like, are you ready for anal? And I was like,
Oh my god.
or I can't remember those.
He was dead ass serious.
Yeah,
He's
and
like,
he was like, all right, let's go do anal. And I was like, in that and I like anal sex, and in that moment I
Right.
was like, absolutely, dude. So we went and had. This is the first time I met him. First time I met him. I literally met the dude, or like I messaged him on Bumble like less than 24 hours before this.
Oh my god.
And he's in my ass. We're having anal sex. I put a vibrator on my clit and came so hard. It was amazing. We both had a phenomenal time. One of the best anal experiences I've had to date.
I haven't tried it. I mean, I've attempted.
Oh,
And it hurt. But fuck that guy.
or the key.
Actually,
Hmm?
sorry, juicy story. This has nothing to do with period sex.
Oh.
But the guy that like attempted anal on me, I used to give him head all the time for like a month.
Oh.
And I found out he had like, this was years ago, it was 2017. I found out he had like a pregnant girlfriend.
Oh.
And so I was like, what the fuck? So I was like,
No,
okay,
no.
fuck this guy. I don't even care.
Terrible.
Right. I blocked him. Tell me why I get a message in my email. And you know, like you could go on my website, you could fill out a form.
Yeah.
He filled out a form and was like, it's been a while or something like, what did he say? He said something like, yeah, like it's overdue. Like, that's what he said. The subject was overdue. And he said it's overdue and gave me his phone number and his Instagram. And I was like, no. And he
The
did not
fuck?
respond. Like, it was yes. And I was like,
That's the method that he chose to reach out. Okay.
right. It was fucking, because I have him blocked.
I mean, that's
Oh, I
resourceful.
see, I
I think
see.
so. Yeah, I still have him blocked.
That is
sure.
resourceful.
Yeah, but it's like, is he fucking listening that he knew to fill out the form? Because I've mentioned the story a few times.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Anyways, back to anal.
Well, the key to anal, I was going to say, the key to anal is as they're going in, push out like you're taking a shit. Like, seriously, push out. It relaxes.
on, dude.
No,
Nothing's
it-
going to come out.
It relaxes the sphincter. And
Did you
Yeah.
did you clean your ass? Like, did you do like a douche?
Yeah, she took a scrubber brush.
No, not like a. Obviously,
Really
I'm
got
expecting
in
you to have
there.
your ass clean, but like a douche. You
No,
know what
I
mean?
didn't douche. We literally
Okay.
got out
What
of the
the
shower,
hell's-
went to my bed, and
A
went.
douche.
You like
You do
so it
that in
cleans
your
out your
ass?
ass. Yeah.
Mm.
Or your vagina. You can use it in your vagina.
Yeah, but
But-
not good for the vagina.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not
Yeah.
good to douche.
I was
yeah.
going to say, I've heard it for
Well,
the
not good
vagina,
for your
but
ass,
not
but
good.
especially
yeah.
not good for your vagina.
For men that have sex with other men, a lot of times they'll douche beforehand.
Yeah.
But no, we literally just showered, like had sex,
And you did
showered,
shit on his dick.
and went back to anal sex.
I would have shit because my fucking bowels, dude.
No, I didn't.
Wow, how many times a day do you shit?
I
Sorry.
once or twice
Okay.
usually. But the
I
thing
know
is,
that was a weird question. I
I-
shit a lot, so I'm just like,
that's phenomenal. I wish I shat more, to be honest.
Everyone needs to be regular.
No, it's true. But what I was gonna say was, I've had a lot of anal sex, and knock on wood, have always had positive experiences without preparation.
I'm gonna try anal, and we're gonna report back.
So here's my
Lots of
suggestion.
lube.
Here's my suggestion. Yes,
Go slow.
lots of lube. Push out as they're going in, and
Okay.
really like breathe through and relax. Go slowly.
Don't toot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, honestly, like anal sex is one of those things. It's like
And
it
does
comes
feel
with the
good?
territories.
Do
Like
does
you
it
gotta
feel
just,
good? Be
I
honest.
like it. I
Okay.
like it. Yeah.
It does burn at first.
That's not been my experience. Oh,
Really?
you're probably talking about like the area on the sphincter, kind of like it feels.
There is
like,
a burning sensation
feels-
involved
yeah.
if you don't do it often.
It feels agitated. But again, the key is
I
lube.
mean, I like my ass fingered,
It's like that.
so
but
I
like,
might do my.
Okay, well, but
so
yeah,
yeah,
like
if
when
you're
he
only
fingers
doing
my
one
ass.
finger right now, start with like 2 or 3, and then go to the
And
dick.
then
go
I
to
don't know
dick.
how like big your dude is, but like depending on like the size and the girth. Girth is what's gonna length doesn't matter here. Girth does.
Yeah,
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah. So if he's girthy, like go slow and lots of lube. Push out all throughout. Push
Okay.
out as he's completely as he's going in.
Okay.
Just go slow.
Okay. We'll start with the fist first.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm
One
gonna
for
try
all.
this because I do like my ass fingered, so I feel like I would like anal.
And I really enjoy anal when I have something on my clit. Even better
Yeah.
if I put like a dildo in my pussy and then something on my clit. You feel so like full. It's a really nice sensation. Man, I
Okay.
want to kind of want to go do this right now. Next
We
dude I
have
hook up with, I
plans
might.
after this.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I think
But
we're-
like next dude that I hook up with, I'm gonna propose anal because it's been a while since I've had it. But I like anal, yeah. So
Okay,
that's my take.
go
on
have
it.
anal. I'll have anal.
Yeah.
you
I
have
will not have anal.
Cami is traumatized.
Okay, one day.
We'll get there
We'll-
slowly.
We'll get there slowly. Maybe after our anal talks, because okay, we'll do our own research separately.
Yeah.
So go do your anal.
I've done a lot of anal. Like I've had.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Create more stories and
Yeah.
content. I'll try it. We'll report back.
Let's do it.
And we'll do a part 2. To
Yeah.
You know,
period sex and
the
anal.
double whammy would be anal. Well, I did have that anal on my period. I did.
Yeah.
And
I think this was a great discussion, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
no, but I was so happy that like when he suggested it, I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" Like, absolutely, you're going into my ass
I
after.
love that. So how do you like? Because I'm just scared.
You're
Okay.
scared of?
I'm shitting.
Oh,
I just like. What part of the day, like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to think of my like shitting cycle.
when do you
Like-
shit the most? It's better to do after you shit.
Yeah,
I
like
would
definitely,
say-
like, yeah, I would say, I guess I do shit more like in the morning,
Probably,
afternoon
yeah.
So in the
time.
evening.
in the evening.
Save it for the
time.
evening.
Okay.
And I think like, you know, with the lube and everything, the key though is when they're pulling out, go slowly, especially if they leave like a very, because like when you do anal for a while, it like opens up your hole. It like, you know, it's
Yeah.
called like
Right.
guys
It-
like the
it
gaping.
definitely- right.
Yeah, it gapes. Like I've had guys that
Truffle
are,
butter will come out.
yeah, I've had guys that are like, I love the gape, and I'm like, okay, if that's what it does
What's
it
the
for.
gape?
It's like when your asshole is like opened up and like kind of like, and you know how
It's
like
not opened up this much, though. I don't
no,
know
it's
why-
opened up like maybe like the size of like a penny or like a
Okay.
quarter at most, but it's open. So like you know how like your asshole closes back up normally?
Right.
Instead, like it's left open because it's been so relaxed and like stretched out that it leaves this gaping hole. So
Also, a great time to poop
Poppers.
is after.
Oh.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
yeah,
a great
I was gonna
time-
say this is true.
Poop after anal?
No,
is good?
no. What I was gonna say was like usually after anal, if I was like constipated or like having trouble,
You're able to poop.
yeah,
makes
it like
sense.
relaxes it.
Right.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say was when you're
That's
pulling,
a good like cleanse to do. Just
Yeah.
do a bunch of anal.
yeah.
If you like are not regular, just do
Yeah.
a bunch of anal and that shit will like
Yeah.
will shit. I
Cue
love that.
someone who
That's
talks
so
Someone
creative.
saying that to their doctor while I was listening to this podcast.
and I was constipated. The girl said to go have anal, so I did.
and it worked.
Yeah.
I love that.
No, but I think the key there would be to, as they're pulling out, go really slowly so that like it doesn't all just like, because think about it, if you just like
Right.
pull it out like all fast, like
oh, so do it.
It
slowly
can
when
cause
you pull
damage.
out.
It
Yeah.
can cause damage if you do it too fast.
Go
Okay.
slow.
You can have an
in.
anal prolapse.
Yeah, go slowly
Oh.
in, go slowly out.
Ouch. That is
All
good because I feel like
slow.
my boyfriend probably would have pulled out all excited and shit.
Yeah, it's not like a vagina where you
and
just
they
like
could come inside. You wouldn't have to pull out.
I love. So the last time I
You
actually
can't. It's not gonna reach.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
it's
okay.
not. It's not.
Making sure.
The last time I had anal sex was with this dude that I was in love with. The avocado farmer is what I call him.
Aw.
Anyways, and I like went over to his house at like 1 a.m. I was texting him at like midnight. I was out at the club. I was texting him super horny. He was like, "Yeah, come over." And I'm like, "Okay." So I drove my ass to Ventura, okay, which is like an hour
Drove,
away,
like,
right.
freaking
at
hour
1
away
o'clock
at
in the
middle of
morning, and we had some of the best sex. And towards the end of it, he was kind of drunk. He was like, "Do you want to try anal?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
You're like, let's do it.
Yeah. And so, but here's the thing. So we have anal. He comes inside my ass. We fall asleep. I fall asleep like kind of on top of him. I never peed. I should have peed. Anyways, that's not what gave me the kidney infection. This was after. Yeah. So I fall asleep kind of like half on top of him, half not, and in the morning I wake up and like all over my ass is like a mixture of like the truffle butter and the cum. It's on his sheets. It's everywhere. On top of that, his friend was staying at his place. And so like luckily like the covers were over us, but like his friend thought it was just him in the room.
Oh shit.
And he just like barges in asking for something, and then he notices him and I there like naked. Like you couldn't see anything, but I'm just
Right.
like, it was just a really funny memory.
Oh my god.
So then I went to go shower and cleaned up. I don't know if the stain
When you
is still there
fart,
on
like,
his
does it
sheets.
come out? Sorry.
Come? No, it just kind of like drips out.
Okay.
It just drips out.
My
Um,
mind is like so gross. It goes
But
to
now
the
I'm really curious. I've never like Yeah, I've never farted with cum inside my ass. So I don't know.
So the first time that I had,
Well, I just don't. Yeah, the
I'm
first.
just like immature that way. I'm like, did
No, I
you
like-
fart? Did it come out?
I think that's a valid question.
It is,
but yeah,
yeah.
my
it's happened.
I like having cum in my ass because I like when it drips out like all over my legs. I just like having cum inside me.
But it's mixed with.
But I only like the guys that I like love come inside
Right,
me.
right.
Yeah.
So
It's a very, I would say, out of the lots and lots and lots of men that I've slept with, only 5 I've ever
Oh,
let
wow.
come inside me. Only
Wow.
5.
the first time I had anal was in college. The last time I had anal was also in college.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's been since
It's been
college?
that long since you've had anal?
Anyways, so the first time, he came inside my ass, right? He's like, and then this is the best part. He pulled out and he goes, okay, go clean yourself up because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I was like, okay. So I go to the bathroom and I had to toot and it like, and everything just like,
Came
and it's
I
like,
had to do.
it was like a mixture of like cum and like kind of the grosser stuff, right? And then,
Right.
but it was just so interesting to me because like I wipe and I'm like, oh wow, okay, interesting. I was like, I hope there's no more. Would love for it to be done there. So then, yeah, thankfully, like after that, like that initial time, like there was nothing else that like dripped out because I didn't want anything dripping down.
Right.
So
Well, I'm excited to try anal. I mean, I'm excited
for
I
you.
just saw 444, so I think that's an angel is telling me
yeah,
that I need to go to anal.
I wish you a well experience with it, a pleasant experience. Like I said, the key, push out, go slow, take your time with it.
My boyfriend is listening to this, taking notes.
Yeah, and
I just
really,
know.
4 is the universe got your back, BB.
Exactly. That literally.
the universe is like, we support you in anal
Do
sex.
Your spirit
anal.
guides are like, yes.
Try it.
Yes.
I love that.
Hopefully, by the time this is out, I've done anal.
Please text me after.
We'll manifest that for you.
Yeah,
Okay,
text
I'm
me after. Let me know
manifesting
how
anal.
it goes, and I want to hear all about it.
Yeah. Quay, do you like anal?
Do you like anal?
Only did it a
Couple times.
I can live without it.
You can live
If she's
without it.
into I can make it happen.
Right. But
Okay.
it's not something that. Okay.
I think anal for anyone that's interested in anal sex. My thing is, remember where you're playing, so don't get grossed out by the natural things that happen in those
Right.
areas.
Don't shame anything that happens.
Yeah, don't have a good laugh about it and move the fuck on, okay? But that's good. That's good. That's what I'm gonna say. It feels good for both the guy and the girl. Like it's fun to experience, fun to try out and play around with. But just remember, what that playground looks like. So don't.
It's a little muddier.
Yeah.
It's a little muddier.
Be mature about it. Be mature about
The
it.
soccer field saw some rain.
Be
What the fuck is wrong? She's not even drunk. This is sober Cami. This is sober Cami. A little muddier. She said a little muddier.
Anyways,
I have to pee now again.
Okay, well, plug yourself. Do you have anything else to say about periods and butts and poops? Periods and poops.
Can't wait to do a part 2.
Is that the name? Period and poop?
No, because we're talking about sex, so we
Well,
gotta
to
be
tie
like,
it all in, I love shitting when I'm on my period.
yes,
Period shits
yes,
Are the best.
period poops are the
Period
best.
poops are the fucking best. Something about it. What is
It
it?
feels like because everything's
Therapeutic.
already
Yes.
like contracting, so it's like it really like gets it's like that extra touch. Everything really
Yes,
comes
especially
out.
because when you have like that like period cramp and then you like shit it out, it kind of
Yeah.
like feel it
Yeah.
feels so good.
yeah.
That.
And guys don't realize it, but yeah, us girls, we get like severe period poops. Yeah.
That shit is fucking crazy.
Yeah. it is.
And it's like blood and poop. Like
Yeah.
anal.
Well, and
Yeah.
and you
Well,
ever
no.
well,
Anal's not blood
period
and
sex with if anal's blood and poop, something went
That's
wrong.
not right.
Something went
Yeah.
wrong. Go to the doctor and go to the doctor. Go to the doctor.
Oh shit.
So at Double Team Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and at Double Team Pod on Twitter and Reddit.
and then
Yeah.
check out our site doubleteamedpodcast.com.
And also we're on YouTube. Google it, Double Team Podcast.
Just Google them. Links below.
Links below.
Links below.
All right. And then follow me, Stefanie Maegan, over at brocotherapy.com. All that shit is there. I love you guys.
All that
Literally all of the shits is there.
I'm sorry.
No, I feel like high schoolers like laughing at shit and poop.
That was
And
phenomenal.
period.
That was phenomenal.
Whoa. Oh my God. Okay. I thought it spilled water. Okay. We're going. Bye. Girl therapy. Girl therapy.